It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Thursday, February 6th. There it is. 2020 at 7 a.m. I hate when I do that.
I know, right?
Oh, my goodness. Good morning, everybody. Make sure my shirt's clean.
I don't think anybody noticed. I didn't notice, and I'm sitting right next to you.
Well, I got home yesterday morning. I thought, what on earth is all over this shirt? I got it out of the closet, off the hanger, and then Scooty even commented this morning, he's resetting the cameras. He says, what was over here, all over your shirt? I said, I don't know, but I got home. I thought, oh, my goodness.
Right?
I have no idea.
Yeah. It was today's snow. My wife is so happy right now.
Oh, really?
Oh, gosh, yes. She sent me the
over
heart
snow?
eyes. Yeah. I mean, it's not sticking to the roads, but it looks pretty on the grass and the cars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got some snow here in Mountain Home, and is it still snowing out there? I can't see out the front door.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Tinted windows.
Anyway, it was snow. I came down the hill by Kent Chevrolet, and it was snowing pretty good about, what time was it? About 6:22, 6:23? Coming down pretty good at that time.
I was right behind you then because it was still snowing as good.
Yeah, coming down pretty good. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome Down on the Corner program brought to you by your hometown Sears store. Bob Reckmore, come over and tell us about Sears. Come on. Come over here, sit in this chair number 2. You got to talk about Sears. Come on. Yeah, it's got to be quick. I know. Come in and tell us about Sears at 1029 Highway 62 East. I love Sears. And I'll tell you what do you got? Tools and appliances.
Tools, appliances.
Sit down. Pull up a chair. Come on.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hometown Sears store. And they got.
If you have not been there since the new owners have taken over, you need to come in. The store itself just looks different than what it has in years. And I'm not saying anything bad about the previous owners. They were great folks, friends of mine. I've known them for years and years. But the guy that has come in has brought some fresh ideas and fresh blood with him. And he is doing everything he can to make it back to be the store that we knew it as when you and I were growing up and you worked for them, the store that it used to be.
Yep.
They're offering maintenance programs on your appliances. You can get up to 5 appliances for $175 a year. They'll come to your home, make sure that appliance is working to 100% of its ability. They'll come and do lawn and garden stuff, your push mower, your ride mower, your zero turn. I think
he's full service.
He is full service.
He's full service.
If he has to take something to the shop because it's more than the norm wrong with it, they will work on it here. It's not going to get shipped to Harrison. It's not going to get shipped to Springfield. They're going to work on it right here in Mountain Home.
Good.
And
good.
Go check them out. JR Hightower, 425-3191 is the phone number. Great folks.
Let them know. It was 3193.
Let them know that you saw this ad on television.
Yeah,
and
Dale and Bob and David
is
are talking about Sears. Love Sears. 1029 Highway 62 East. Give folks exactly location. It's just.
It's in
right
the parking lot. It's in the parking lot of Orscheln's. If you're going up towards Orscheln's, right-hand side, Sears store, Sherman Williams right behind them, physical therapy place behind
Kelly's
that.
place,
But right there on the right-hand side, go see them.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Bob. Your hometown Sears store, 425-3191, 1029 Highway 62 East. And, of course, we're all enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. Hope you're doing the very same thing. 3 locations to serve you. Bomber Boulevard, which is going to be busy at 703. We've got 62 East Plaza. Then we have Baxter Regional Lobby that has been fully remodeled and looking good and doing well. And so, how is it today? Good coffee?
It's very good.
Good coffee
Already
today.
drank half of it.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm about ready for some more. Got to hurry up and get through this intro so I can refill. Brewed Awakening coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and the staff do a great job at all 3 locations. Cinnamon rolls and anything else that they have to offer. I mean, the cinnamon rolls are like literally this big.
Hubcaps.
Oh, yeah, hubcaps.
Hubcaps.
51 Studebaker hubcaps, the little center half-moon thing. Seriously, Mike and the staff do a great job at all 3 locations. Be sure to check out Brewed Awakening Coffee. 2 drive-thrus and 1 where you walk in the lobby at the hospital. All 3 have the best coffee in town. You cannot beat Brewed Awakening Coffee. So check them out. 3 locations, Baxter Regional, Bomber Boulevard, 62 East Plaza, out in front of Anytime Fitness. And Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state to serve you right here in Arkansas. and one in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in Mountain Home, talk to Bruce, Brad, Charlotte, Chris. Anyone there can help you, steer you in the right direction. Passing of a loved one after a long illness, perhaps, or maybe an emergency situation. Don't panic. Talk to Rollers. They can handle it. Pre-planning, whatever it may be. And so whatever need arises, Roller Funeral Homes, when they say with all our respect, it's how they do business. It's how they handle the situations. They do it very well. It's not just a motto. It's how they live and work every day. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, Ecclesiastes 4:12 says, though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves, but a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Imagine 3 people taking a stand for Christian standards, then 6, 9, 12, 15, it goes on and on. Lord, we as Christians need to stand together, stand strong, stand firm, and not back down. Whether the issue is abortion or men feeling feminine and using a girl's public bathroom, wrong is wrong, and what is wrong can never be right. No matter how the left twists things around, it's not right. Lord, help us as Christians to come together, and through your power, help us bring our country back to God. It's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. Morning weather brought to you by the ZT. Bob and Linda's a door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retire to Arkansas.net.
This is going to be a great shot.
Oh, let's take a look.
You
I'm
ready?
ready. I'm ready.
Look at that.
Ooh, our first snowfall.
That's right.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
We told you there was snow out there. You
Look
hadn't
at
looked.
that shot. Look at Cotter, Arkansas. Wow, isn't that nice? You're looking at Cotter, Arkansas, Baxter County, north central Arkansas. If you're not familiar with this area, perhaps you're watching from out of state. It's a beautiful white river separates Baxter from Marion County. The camera is actually in Marion County looking across into Baxter County. You can barely see it, but the Highway 62-412 bridge, that's U.S. Federal Highway 62-412, comes across the White River. And you're looking in the Cotter, the little clearing right there where you see most of the snow is a little baseball park, the picnic area, and the little railroad museum area. Beautiful little town of Cotter, Arkansas. We love Cotter. Folks down there doing a great job, and great school system there at Cotter, Arkansas. You know, Mrs. Jones down there running that school, and my goodness, what a pretty shot. The snowfall over Cotter. Wow.
It is a great shot.
Very, very nice. Isn't that something? You can go to retiredarkansas.net, look for the live webcam, and you can pull this up throughout the day. You can watch the snowfall, you can watch the sunlight and the thunderstorms, whatever may be coming through. And so check it out, retiredarkansas.net, and be sure to check out that website. While you're there, look at all the listings that they have. It's very user-friendly. There's a lot of events going on that's also on that website. Bob and Linda's a door for all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. Weather-wise, we're at 28 with snow falling right here at the studios at 1226 Commerce Drive. We've got 28 degrees in Mountain Home. We got 30 at Flippin, 27 at Harrison, Yellville at 30, Salem at 28, 28 at Calico Rock, 34 Mountain View. Around the region, St. Louis at 28, Poplar Bluff at 32, West Plains at 28, Branson at 27. And look at this. We've matched Watford City, North Dakota.
How about that?
28, Mountain Home 28. We're tied.
And it's snowing.
And it's snowing. Wow. There you go. Interesting. National radar. Of course, it's still doing its thing up in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. From Vancouver, British Columbia, all the way down to Portland, Oregon, and over just south of Spokane, Washington. Snow in Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, where it belongs. But anyway, we've got a little bit down here, a little bit showing up on the radar. You can see the southeast part of the country, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, the Carolinas, all the way up into West Virginia, and the D.C. area. Dover, Delaware, places like that getting some shower activity right now. Here's what's going on as we speak. You can see Highway 62 there. I'm going to try pulling this in as tight as I can so we get the details on it and then put it in motion. This shows 7:09. Now it's coming up. This is 5:30, 6 o'clock, and this is current right here, 7:09. And so we do have some snow showers right here in the area coming across Baxter County, Marion County, parts of Boone County, goes down into Newton County. We'll back this out a little bit, take a look more in Arkansas. Highway 62 east will be affected by the snow, a little bit on Highway 65. Now I'm sure Highway 62-412 west of Mountain Home has been affected as well. Traveling North Arkansas, just be careful. I-40 west of Conway, looks like it had a little bit. I-30 going down towards Texarkana. And so it may not be much, but you never know what can happen. In eastern Arkansas, we have a lot of rain over on I-55, 555 earlier in the morning. That's moved off into the Tennessee, Kentucky area. And so right now, I'm just going to say be careful out there. Any of the highways could have some of this on there, regardless of what the radar is saying, because of what has happened through last night. In Missouri, it's not too bad right now. Kansas City to St. Louis on 70. Interstate 70 is pretty good. I-44 clear, I-49. Interstate 55 getting most of it right now from southeast Missouri on up into the St. Louis area, along with I-57 at 24 near Carbondale. Interstate 64, East St. Louis, Illinois, east towards Mount Vernon. That's where a lot of the snow is happening right now. And then I-70 towards Vandalia, Effingham, and Interstate 57 southwest of Charleston, Illinois, with some snow going on right now. Watches and warnings, it's all in Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, on up into New England. Then you got some storm watches. They've had some tornadoes, I think, in Mississippi. And what's the yellow? Tornado watch in Mississippi, and in Alabama and Georgia. And we have a flash flood warning in South Carolina. Just various watches and warnings in the south, southeast. And then we have the winter advisories north of the Ohio River. And so it is what it is. It's February 6th across the country. Good luck. Oh, today, high of 36, 20% chance of snow. And then cloudy. Tonight will be 24 degrees, gradual clearing. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 46, low 28 on Friday. Saturday, 48 degrees. Saturday night, 34. Sunday, high of 55. Then in the afternoon, 40% chance of shower. Sunday night, 60% and 30% on Monday. Checking iDrive Arkansas, you can see the map here showing snow on Highway 7 from Jasper to Russellville. And then we have a little bit of snow on Highway 65 and some slush on Highway 65 south of Harrison, so be careful on Highway 65. They've had a pretty good round of snow over there. So Missouri Department of Transportation, Springfield, Kabul, looks like Rolla, looks like I-44, Highway 63, Highway 60, and 160 have some light to moderate snow. Purple is covered. Blue is partly covered. Light blue is mostly clear. Bottom line, be careful.
Yes.
If you think you might have a little bit of snow and slush, if the speed limit is 70 on the interstate, you may have to back it down to about 50 or 55 for a little bit. So be careful. I-55 the same way. Partly covered. That's Interstate 55 and the old Highway 61. So just be careful out there, you know.
Take a little bit more time than you usually do to get to work.
Yeah, you know, that's how it is, but, you know. Morning weather is brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793, retire2arkansas.net. Be sure to check out the website for all their listings, and for folks that's getting ready to retire later on in the year, come on down. Northern Arkansas, Southern Missouri, the team is assembled ready to help you today, whether in Arkansas or Missouri. So give them a call, 870-405-0793. Community calendar-wise, the Bunker meets tonight at First Baptist Church at 6 o'clock, and Rob has sent me a text on that. And I need to see, they've got Charlie Leonard is going to be speaking there tonight. Of course, he's a Baxter County Service Officer here. He's retired Air Force Chief Master Sergeant, and now County Veteran Support Officer. And bring your questions and comments Thursday at 6 o'clock, 1205 Spring Street at First Baptist Church. Excuse me, it's in the East Wing, Spring at Club Boulevard. And so it's on the east. It's got that wing, you know, it's got the main sanctuary runs north and south, and then the other part, it's kind of a T. As you face the church, right-hand side, back in the back, going to be in the youth building over there. The Bunker tonight. And what this is, the Bunker is a nonprofit veterans organization dedicated to aiding veterans. Their families receive the VA benefits they earn for selfless sacrifices to our country. So be sure to come on out to the Bunker tonight, 6 o'clock, First Baptist Church. And Charlie Leonard is going to be speaking tonight. The VFW Post 3246 Thursday Dance tonight from 6:30 to 9:30. As far as I know, it's still on. Haven't heard of any cancellations yet, so you might be aware of that. But other than that, come on out and have some fun. And it's going to have Southern Breeze. Doors open at 5:30. Music starts at 6:30. And Ozark Wood Turners will meet the second Saturday of each month at Lakeview Civic Center, 14 Skiles Lane. And you want to learn to turn wood. They got some talented people.
Do they? I've
man.
never seen anything like that.
Man, they are very talented. And don't forget, let's see, February 15th, the Texas Hold'em Tournament. This is the 20th annual Texas. This is Slap and Leather, the Texas Hold'em Tournament, to raise money for American Legion Baseball. Call Lester White at 421-2006. Takes place at the Twin Lakes Golf Course on Saturday, February 15th. 11 o'clock registration, 1 p.m. the tournament starts. I have a feeling it's going to be a nice dinner. You order a nice lunch there at the Elks Lodge. And shuffle up and deal. Come out and raise some money for the baseball program, the American Legion program. 7:15 and a half. Sheriff John Montgomery is our guest today. He's over there trucking the scooter right now, so we're going to take a break. I'm out of coffee. I need more coffee.
Fill her up.
Add a 30-second in there, David. We'll be right back.
That'll work.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top-quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show. Oh, wait a minute. That was your line. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You're doing good. Except the morning show's over there at Mountain Talk.
Well, is this the morning?
Yes, it's the
Are we
morning
getting
show.
ready to have a show?
Okay, yes. I stand corrected.
Would
Welcome
this
to
not-
the morning show.
It may not be that morning show, but it's this morning show.
There you go. Oh.
That was good. I didn't expect that at all.
You never know what to expect.
I was like, what is going on?
Well, good morning, and if you haven't looked outside, you need to, because we have some nice, beautiful snow, and the roads are only wet. They're clear in this area, so it's absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
Of course, I've got a gorgeous view looking over the river, and it's just it was just beautiful this morning, which might be why I was a few minutes late getting here, because I was drinking coffee staring at the river.
I don't blame you. That's worth being late for. Yeah, I would too.
We would have covered for you. It's
Yeah.
okay.
So again, this is great, and I have to do a quick shout out because I've got some of my deputies that I'm sure that try to watch a little bit of this, and so first of all, big fan Smiley. Here's to you, Deputy Zappa. And then, of course, I've got Sergeant Brian Davis and Corporal Mike Holland. And so, again, hope you guys are watching. And hopefully, I really appreciate you all today. And I know you're happy that the roads are only wet and not snow-covered.
Right. I like it like that because it's, like you said, beautiful, but you can still drive.
Sure.
Exactly. Okay, Dale, you got anything?
I can just imagine, though, the headaches that your guys and girl have to put up with when you have an emergency in inclement weather when the roads. Because keep in mind, Baxter County Sheriff, and we think, oh, Cotter, Gassville, Mountain Home, Norfolk. No, Big Flat, Clark Ridge, Three Brothers. They've got a large area to cover in weather like this, and it just it makes it hard sometimes in bad weather. So.
Yeah, and the guys. I mean, it's all hands on deck, and we've had bad weather and snow covered. I remember, the ice storm a few years ago. What was that? 2009?
Yeah, can you believe? Yeah.
I think it was. It was so bad. I know the night it hit and that over morning, I got stranded in Little Rock. I tried to get back and could not make it back. Turned around, went back, and had to stay. The next morning, there was not a chainsaw to be had. We only had one at the sheriff's office. Is all we owned, and I actually stopped in Cabot and bought the last two they had in Cabot and brought them back up here. We had to cut our way into people's driveway.
Oh, yeah.
We had chainsaws. I mean, we took chainsaws. Yep. The deputies had chainsaws in the trunk of their car, and we'd get a call. They would have to actually cut their way in. So, and then I believe it's 12 years ago today, if I remember correct, is when the tornado hit Gassville.
Yeah, boy.
So I'm really proud of our staff, and they just, again.
I remember we were doing Mountain Talk Radio at the time, and the sheriff would actually have other deputies come in from like Boone and perhaps Marion and Madison County, stuff like that, to relieve our guys because they've been on like 28 straight hours at one point.
I'll never forget that. We didn't put out a plea for help. I mean, we had, but again, we'd been up for I don't know, and I remember someone said, "Hey, there's some law enforcement here to see you." We were in the parking lot, I believe, of. It may have been Sunfest. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I look up, and here's the sheriff from Boone County, and he brought some folks. And here's the sheriff from Madison County. He brought some folks. Yeah. And from Newton County.
Yeah.
And they knew we were, and they came over to relieve us so that we could send our guys home and get some rest.
That's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah, again, it was, but
amazing.
I just think I just can't be more proud.
It's a brotherhood and sisterhood,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when the sheriff came in, we were still doing radio in the days, and told that story. I thought, wow, that's just pretty darn cool, for guys to come over from Madison and what's that be, Huntsville area and Harrison area and places like that.
Yeah, Jasper, and there was, again, they brought folks to help us. And when Faulkner County got hit with a tornado.
The Valonia area?
Yes. Yeah. We sent some folks down there. I mean, again, because it's not like immediately. It's that because you first think, well, we got to get all the help we can get there right now, which is true. But it's that 24 hours later,
right?
Because you've got all these people that's been up that long.
I can't imagine.
Hopefully, we don't have to imagine again.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So how's other things going? Good.
Yeah. Yep. We actually got a little bit of the jail construction. So we've got the new construction. We've been in it since, I don't remember, mid-December.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are finished 99.99. There's one contractor's going to come back and there's make a small repair on something that they need to fix. Other than that part's done. Now, the old part, we're still in the middle of remodel, and there's some major issues in there that we're working through, and plumbing issues, and we've had to jackhammer the floor up in a couple places, and I think it was 6 or 7 plumbers in there the last 2 days, just in one area. So but we're everything from repainting walls to repairing fixtures and so on and so forth. So we're making progress. I think it'll be at least another 30 days before we actually get to utilize all of the extra beds. Right now we're having to shuffle inmates as we're working. So
the sales tax, how's that helping? Has it alleviated a lot of headaches in the budget?
Well, I can tell you the jail, and I know I got teased a lot by citizens and quorum court members that was always asking for money. Well, we were always asking for money for the jail because we just when they built that jail and opened it in 2004, they had kind of figured out how to pay for it using hospital lease money. Okay, so they got a bond issue and used the lease payments from the hospital to pay that bond off. The problem is they didn't add any extra money to run the jail, and I wasn't around then. I mean, I was working for the city of Mountain Home, but the argument was, well, we can do it on the same money. Well, if you build a house 3.5 times bigger than the house you're living in now, and you moved in another family. Or 2 or 3.
You think the utilities will go up a little bit?
And you think you can live off the same money? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. So struggle. I mean, we have struggled. And at the time, when they moved in August of 2004, and to that jail, they went from 33 beds to 101 or 102. The average population that first year of 2005, which was my first year in office, I think was 36. That was the average population. I believe if you look, I think we're at like 121 this morning. And yes.
Exactly. Wow.
We are at 121. Last summer we hit 151.
Dang.
And so the jail, the new beds just came to us in mid-December, but we can't utilize them all yet. And so when we're finished, we'll have about 165, 166 beds, something like that. So, and it's unfortunate that we have to have them. But the sales tax, back to your original question, you know, and I know the viewers are tired of hearing about the how we paid for it, but we only had a sales tax for 6 months during the summer months, and it sunsets done.
It's over.
And it paid for the $4 million addition.
Very good.
So the citizens, yes, they stepped up and said, you know what, we'll agree, and they did. They like a 70-30. It was overwhelming. But at the end of 6 months, the sales tax stopped. It's paid for. Now, that ended in September. Excuse me. And so we waited until after the Christmas season to kick in the quarter cent because we weren't going to be open yet anyway. And so the quarter cent's kicked in, and that's going to be there from now on. But that quarter cent is running the jail.
For staffing.
For staff, additional, for everything. It took care of everything. We hired 6 new employees in order for the additional space. It is covering all of that. And so.
You got a quarter on your 25-cent piece? No?
No. Who
no. I was going to demonstrate because people
carries
were
cash anymore.
So
I'll hold up my debit.
So the idea of it, when you think about it, whereas we were trying, the county's been trying to struggle for all these years to figure out how to pay, and the deal is a lot of people don't realize, but when you cross the threshold of the jail, your Medicare, your VA benefits stop. The county has to pick up all of your medical.
Can you imagine that?
And so, as a result,
that makes me so bad.
If you have someone that gets hurt or sick, or in the case that one had to have emergency surgery and he was in our jail for murder, well, we had to transport him to Little Rock, armed guards, and pay for that emergency surgery. So to struggle all those years and to know that now that quarter cent and what he was looking for a quarter for is for if you went to the store and spent $100, it cost you 25 cents.
Right. Not a lot.
And so
I think that actually happened. You had a lady, you demonstrated that to her. When you go in the grocery store?
We actually, it's really funny during that process how many people came up and handed me a quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm talking dozens and dozens.
Funny. That's
okay,
funny.
because of the campaign was that's all it's really costing you once the thing's paid for. So it has been great. It's a blessing. We were operating a little bit off of it last year, but starting, of course, in January, we're now fully funding that operation of the jail. And the great part we actually are not spending every dime.
Good.
So we're in the whole, because we're putting some money back, because the idea is, I mean, that's what we want.
Fund, yeah,
a reserve fund.
Yeah.
So
now with your people, do you have like we can kind of breathe easier? I mean, there's sometimes, even, let's talk about the cars. Have you ever seen a car on crutches?
Let's don't talk about the cars. They
need cars.
And I will say the Quorum Court has been great to work with. I mean, we were in such bad shape about 3 years ago. I mean, it was worse than bad. And so while we were trying to do 2 or 3 cars a year, you couldn't keep up. And so they stepped up and they helped us get a couple extra cars that first year and an extra car the next year. And so, but when you've got, and I think our fleet's somewhere around 40 cars. 3 new cars a year is great, but it's
take you a while to replace the fleet. Yeah.
So again, just the other night, and in fact Tuesday night, we came back with a proposal to see if we can just help us get an extra car. In other words, so they've been great to work with. But no, it's a problem. We had a transport cars. That's the cars that we basically send out to transport prisoners back and forth. And it's not something we started. It's been that way basically forever. So the patrol is the ones that's putting the most miles on, no question. And they're the ones that's driving typically, maybe at high speeds or whatever. So when those cars get 200 and whatever, 30, 40, 250,000 miles, and that's miles. That's not engine hours. That's miles. If we can replace your car, we now take your car that has 200 and whatever, and we send it across the street to what we call the transport cars. So now that's what they're using to transport the prisoners, sometimes as far away as Florida, California, whatever. Just 2 weeks, I think it's 2 weeks ago, we have a deputy that's transporting 2 inmates, heading south and when it gets on the interstate around Little Rock, breaks down. And we got inmates in the car, and now you've got to get, it is so.
You should never be broke down with inmates in the car.
No. So we have a plan in place. The Quorum Court has been great to help us work with. It will take probably another 2 years to get there, but with what we've got on order now in the next couple of months, that's a big relief. So hats off to them for helping us.
Coming up on 7:33, quick break. More with the sheriff right after this. Stick around.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964. Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
Take a step.
And welcome back to the morning show, not that morning show, but the morning show.
That's right.
Oh, boy.
He knows what he's talking about.
You betcha.
Appreciate Smiley, Deputy Zappa. This mug's for you. That'd be a good little tagline, wouldn't it?
This mug's
for you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Maybe Budweiser won't hear that in St. Louis. Anyway, let's open Pandora's box.
Uh-oh.
Recreational marijuana.
Is that
what
Pandora's
do you think?
box anymore? That's kind of.
They've got a petition out there. In fact, we had the Surgeon General of Arkansas, Dr. Bledsoe, up. Was it December or January, early January, over at, he spoke about this and had a nice graphic. Really?
Yeah.
What's going to happen if it passes?
Oh, well, I was going to say, let me back up. So here's what I hear a lot. We should let everybody smoke marijuana. We need to stop putting people in prison for marijuana, etc. So there are, I don't even know how many, couldn't even tell you how many, but say there's 15,000, 18,000, whatever it is in prison. Guess what percentage of the people in prison are there for marijuana?
I think I know. I'll let you guess first.
So whatever.
Of the 18,000?
Yeah. What
percent of that is marijuana prisoner?
30%.
Okay.
I say less than one.
You're too high.
15?
You're too high.
Keep going.
How about not a single person? Not one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So is it in conjunction with something else?
Typically, you'll catch them with, whatever, meth or cocaine or whatever. They may have some marijuana, but that's not.
That's not why they're in prison.
No. Now, it's still against the law, so it's just like the guy. I get it. We arrested the guy that had the, I don't remember what it was, 40, 50 pot plants behind his house, And I get people don't, you shouldn't arrest him. Well, it is against the law, and so but he didn't serve any jail time. He got a fine, but he didn't serve any jail time. So it's when you see, possession of controlled substance or etc. And again, we go back to prison. There's no one there. So the issue is not the marijuana. The problem that I have personally with the marijuana is it's young people get their hands on it, and if you legalize it, it is going to make it much easier for them to get their hands on it. And I can tell you from the people that I've talked to in Colorado, they're having all kinds of issues in their school system. It's terrible. And so, and you talk to the doctors, and they talk about the development of the brain in the young people, and how marijuana hurts that. So that's the downside. And I'm still a believer that it's a gateway drug. Now, not everybody agrees.
Agree.
Not everybody agrees with me.
I agree with
I
you.
just know that in the 30-some years experience I've had in law enforcement, how many times that when you talk to someone that's hooked on meth, they'll tell you they started out, their first time they tried meth, they were smoking marijuana. Now, does that mean it makes them? No. It's just that's part of it. And then we've got a situation, even the medical marijuana, we've got, talk about Pandora's box. We've got all kinds of issues going on now because it's like alcohol, which certainly alcohol is abused. There's no question. Yeah. But there are laws in place, and there's what they call a per se law. So if you are 0.08 or higher, you are presumed intoxicated. Well, you go. There's tests. You can blow in the machine. You can take blood tests, etc., and you get the results back basically instantly. Well, with marijuana, there is no law that says how much THC is enough or too much. Okay, and there's no testing that I can have you blow in this machine and say, well, your THC is X, Y, Z. And so you've got people out here driving that's impaired. And when they talk about, well, there's no violent crime with marijuana, well, I beg to differ. The number of calls that our deputies answer where it was marijuana involved, domestics, et cetera, et cetera. So if you legalize it, and again, my opinion, not all the viewers are going to agree with me, but it's bad enough with the medical. If you now legalize it, go look at the homeless problem that Colorado's having. Go look at their school systems and the grades and the dropout rate that's happened. In my opinion, you really are opening up Pandora's box. Now, there's this push around, don't sign the petition, etc. That's your choice, obviously, because generally speaking, I'm all for putting things out for the voters. But it's kind of like the medical marijuana. The number of people that, now that it's passed it, come back and go, well, I didn't really understand that. I thought it was only going to be for people that, in certain cancer patients, etc. The push is on. There's whatever it is, 15 different ailments that you can get medical marijuana for. They had one of the legislatures, Doug House, had introduced a bill last session to increase that from 15 to 50 or whatever it was.
On.
Well, what's why? So that everybody can get it, okay?
Well, we knew that when the medical first came out, that was step one to get the recreational. Once you get recreational, you don't need the medical.
Sure.
It is interesting. I just happened to catch Whoopi Goldberg.
Uh-oh.
Did you? I didn't know this, but I caught a little glimpse of it. So back in the day when California did the medical marijuana, she actually, her and someone started a company to produce medical marijuana. Well, what she was announcing is she's getting out of it because once the California made it now legal, but they rolled all of the laws together, so now they had to go repackage all of their medical, but the medical's not as important now because anybody can get it. So they were basically going bankrupt.
Oops. We just had a dispensary open up here.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where's it out east of town?
Yeah, and there's a little issue here, and I can tell you there's another behind the scenes push to legalize marijuana. Right now, today, in order to get your medical marijuana, you have to have I call it a note from your doctor, but a prescription, and then you apply for a medical marijuana card, right? And you take that medical marijuana card, and that's how you get your marijuana. Well, marijuana is still illegal federally.
I know, that's what I'm wondering.
So therefore, you cannot purchase a gun or you cannot purchase ammo.
Mm-hmm.
Because those are regulated by the feds. And when your concealed carry comes up and all that, it's revoked because you can't have that. So the push is if we just legalize it, then you don't have to have the card. Therefore,
you can still have the license.
You can still have the license, and you can still then go buy a gun or whatever.
So what if you own guns?
You can still have the guns.
You can still have them.
You can still have them. You just can't purchase new ones, and you can't buy ammo for them.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Woodstock generation.
Hey, what were we talking about yesterday?
Thank you, 1969.
Yeah. Things change.
So I'm gonna now.
Go ahead.
So I don't know. Did you happen to see a Facebook post I made yesterday?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then you had another line on there earlier this morning.
Yeah. I just
politics.
I thought that was somewhat funny.
While you're looking that up, happy 48th wedding anniversary to Bob.
Bob and Linda Zadora already wished them a happy
Did you?
anniversary this morning.
He's on it. He's on it.
Yep. Already sent Bob Zadora a happy anniversary.
Wow.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome.
So my post. Let's see. Let me find it here real quick because I do think it's a little humorous. So my post said, this was yesterday.
Yeah.
After last night, there's a whole lot of things I would like to say about respect or the lack of, but I won't.
And they took that for the State of the Union, right?
Well,
And
167 comments, and I don't know. It's and everyone, of course, are bashing each other back and forth over the State of the Union. And this morning, I said, I made a post yesterday about respect or lack thereof, and immediately everyone jumped to the conclusion I was talking about the State of the Union.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was too. I
have to admit, yeah.
What were you talking about?
Well, I'm saying what I'm talking about,
Oh,
but
yeah,
everybody
so-
jumped
oh,
to that
they
conclusion.
jumped to the-
And when I didn't say what I was talking about, because the problem is, and I've
yeah.
talked about this many times, it is the lack of respect that, to me, is causing so much of the problems of lack of respect for teachers and for law enforcement. In fact, it's a lack of respect for authority of any kind.
Yep.
And that respect's not being taught. And so that's a problem, in my opinion.
Yeah, they take the minority of people that do something wrong and attach it to the majority.
Mm-hmm.
Group people and like law enforcement. Something happens that they do something wrong, well then it's all law enforcement, and it's just not right.
No.
Well, you know, what I don't understand, though, is you hear about, oh, well, the cops are harassing him or the cops are doing this. Well, if you didn't have the record to begin with, they probably wouldn't be checking on you.
Sure.
You know, I mean, it's just we're our own worst enemies.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Okay. This is not going to mean anything to any of you, but is there a way to, I don't know, can you zoom in on this or
let me
no?
go get that camera.
Well,
Yep.
there's a reason.
Which camera, David? Middle?
I've got him on the close-up. This one right here.
Okay, let me zoom in. Hang on. Y'all bear with me.
I don't think you're going to be able to see it.
I don't know. Let's see.
Focus.
I need to focus.
This is for Sergeant Davis. If you can, yeah, here we go. All right, Sergeant Davis, this picture's for you. So, okay, that's it. It's a little something personal that you won't get, but that's okay. He will.
It's like a paddle.
Exactly. It's a paddle.
How's that shot, David? Is that where you want?
A little closer, if you don't mind.
All right. This is awesome.
That's it. That's perfect.
So we've not only had fun, we've had pretty much some fun.
Yeah.
But you know, I can remember grade school. You got gum? Not gun. Gum.
Yeah.
Hallway. Whack.
I can't believe some schools still do that. They still paddle.
They need to.
Yeah.
Hey, that was in St. Clair County, Illinois, too.
Fear may not be the only motivator, but it is a motivator.
It is. Right.
Well, you get a note from the teacher in those days, and, you know, you got a note from the teacher saying you misbehaved and you get in trouble at school. Dad gets home from work. Guess what? You're in trouble again.
Right.
And you may go a full week without your little red roller coaster wagon going down the hill for a week or something, or riding a bike. But, I mean, there was some respect out there.
Right. You got to have a little fear in there.
Yeah. Can we take a break?
I don't know, can we?
I don't know. It's up to y'all.
Sounds good.
Be right back.
Be right back.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
$7:51 here. Welcome back.
I love that he's here. It
That's
makes
awesome.
it so easy. Well, I got to say it. We support our sheriff and our deputies and the whole sheriff's office, and of course with the city police, Arkansas State Police. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job. And so,
What else we
how
got?
do we get the respect back to?
So respect is taught, and again, it's not just for law enforcement, but respect is taught or should be taught at home, school. I mean, and even churches, you name it. So it's not that.
How did we lose the respect? Is it the family unit that broke down? Do we still have moms and dads and
if the
families
parents
sitting down at the?
If the parents don't respect, the kids aren't going to respect because they're not taught that. I mean, they're seeing, they're watching, and so
it starts in the home. It does. Everything starts in the home. If they're not going to learn it there, where are they going to learn it? If they don't see you respecting people.
I remember.
Yeah.
And again going back to. Of course, I'm going to step into it here because we're almost out of time, so I can get away with this. But I'm sorry, whether you like the President of the United States or not, you respect the position of the President.
Yes.
And so that, even looking the State of the Union, I'm sorry, whether you agree with him or not, he is the President of the United States. So you need to respect that position. Whether you respect him or like him, you respect that position. And that's the part that's so frustrating with me.
Yes.
All over, and I only mention that just because that just happened.
We were in Washington, D.C. I was back in Mountain Talk Radio days. Americans for Prosperity invited the Mountain Talk folks to come out, and we were broadcasting from D.C. And there's a question asked. There's like 29 radio stations on Radio Row. We were one of 29 people broadcasting. And the question arose, if the President of the United States, at the time was President Barack Obama, were to walk in, what would these people do, being they're 99% conservative Republican? We would stand up and welcome him.
Right.
And honor the fact that that was the President. We basically disagreed 100% with the policy. Back then it was Obamacare. But we all agreed that we would respect him for the office he held.
Sure.
And that's the way it should be. And unfortunately, that's not the way it is. So when we talk about what do we see? There's no respect in Washington.
Not at all.
The trickle down effect.
Yeah. And social media spreads the little snippets of it. You don't see the whole story.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? I think that's why he tweets so much. It's because a lot of the media doesn't
you want
give
the
him
real
any
news?
credit.
Tune into the BBC in London.
Yeah.
Yeah. because they're not over here looking behind the scenes. Tune in to BBC in London. I don't get it. Sheriff, I don't get it. I mean, you know, do I want pulled over by a policeman? No, but if I do, he's got my, well, I was pulled over one time. I was so freaking tired when I come through Pocahontas, Arkansas. I was taking my mom from Conway to Neelyville, Missouri because my grandmother had passed and we were going up to the burial site. And I missed a sign. And I was doing 55, 56 miles an hour. It was 35 or 36 or 45. Policeman pulled me over with Pocahontas Police. And he said, sir? I said, yeah. He says, well, I'm sorry, but you were doing like 54, 55. I said, what did I miss? It was 45. I didn't see the sign. Oh, well, okay. What do you do?
Yeah.
Got a warning ticket and then thanked him. Polite. Excellent gentleman. Hard feelings? Nope.
Right.
I was wrong. I missed this. I didn't see the 45 sign.
I think I can say about 90% of the time that I've been pulled over and I was respectful and nice and fessed up right away, I didn't get a ticket. The times that I was disrespectful and didn't have a good attitude, I got a ticket. It's all in how you react.
Well, and the issue is the purpose is for safety. I mean, you think about it. Why do we stop people from speeding?
Right.
Why do we stop people from running a stop sign or crossing the center line? It's because we're trying to keep the highway safe.
Yeah.
So there is officer discretion, and while, you know, I mean, I've made thousands of traffic stops, and you sort of have a, you know, in your mind, for example, you know, if up to here, I'm, you know, probably going to give you a warning. Here's another section that is kind of 50-50, and then, of course, at some point, no. I mean, if you're doing 30 over or 40 over, you're probably going to get a ticket.
Yeah.
But if you're in that discretionary mode, and I'm sorry, it's human nature. If you're respectful to me and I'm sitting there trying to make a decision whether to or not, now you can say, well, that's not right. Well, it is the way it is. I mean, it's human nature. So, again, being respectful doesn't always going to get you out, because again, no. you can be respectful doing 40 mile an hour over the speed limit. That's probably not going to, you know.
That's the other 10% that I got the ticket.
So
there was nothing you were going to do.
But it is, and I will say this area. We are very fortunate. We get so much feedback that is positive for law enforcement. We have a bulletin board that we put the thank you notes on, and it's full all the time. I mean, and I will tell you, the pat on the back or sending the note in, or when you see an officer, and I get feedback all the time where someone's bought their lunch or their breakfast or whatever. We are so blessed here to be in this area. And, you know, we have a sheriff's foundation, and we have, you know, members of the community that serve on that board, and people make donations to it to kind of help back. In fact, I think Mary James is probably watching right now, and she's on that board and has been a big supporter of law enforcement all those years. And so we're just blessed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But we have some outstanding law enforcement people here, too.
We live in a good area.
Yeah.
I'm proud to live here.
Yeah, it's good. Mm-hmm. Do I want their job? No.
So thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Because it's not for me.
Now both of us get picked up for stop sign and speeding today. Right?
Well,
no, seriously though, I mean, it's a thankless job. It's a tough job. You put your life on the line, and still, if I don't get a tear in my eye, I lost a good friend almost a year ago in July, down in Stone County. Who would have thought? One of the nicest guys ever, Mike Stephen. He'll never be forgotten.
Yeah.
And it's still tough to think about.
Yep.
So
you got us speechless. Thanks, Deb.
That was rough. I saw the sheriff sat on the other side of the gym where I was at, you know, but it was a sad day. How do we protect the officers? I mean, what happened to Mike? I mean, it's just, you don't want that to happen again.
Well, and unfortunately, it can happen. I mean, yesterday, again, on the news nationwide, you hear case after case. And
one on I-95 got killed.
So, and it can happen here. Jim Sell in 2006, Gasville officer. And so it can happen. And so we want to try to give the officers, I mean, we're constantly talking training, you know, be alert, be aware. We try to give them the equipment that they need to protect themselves. Yeah. But in the case of Jim Sell, it wouldn't have mattered. It's just one of those. And so
that was sad.
It just, but
30 seconds.
They put their uniform on every day, and my hats go off also to their families, because when you hear this on nationwide where this person or that officer was killed, and then you walk out the door to go to work, and your families can't help it. They're thinking, "Am I going to see you again?"
That's true. That's it. About 3 seconds. Final thoughts.
7:59. Thank you for watching the morning show, not that morning show.
Gotta go.
We'll see you next time.
Have a good day.